17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian. Under 17 not admitted without parents or guardian.
Filmed on a spectacular scale in breathtaking Technicolor, Here is the bone-chilling motion picture the critics have called a classic shocker, The Mill of the Stone Women.
Un jour, m'a dit ma mère, tu n'es pas chouette. Visez donc vos chevilles, elles sont pas basses. Elles sont faites pour la danse, olé, ola. Et c'est, je dois prouver.
Why do beautiful young women suddenly turn to stone? Against this eerie background, a twisted mind has plotted a series of sadistic events you wouldn't believe possible until you see them.
It's a corpse.
Handsome Pierre Brice and Europe's fabulous new star, the extravagantly beautiful Sheila Gabel. They say the trouble began with a woman, and you'll see why in a terrifying Mill of the Stone Women. You've never seen anything like the Mill of the Stone Women, for until now, no one has dared tell such a shocking story on the motion picture screen.
It's the truth, I tell you!
Mill of the Stone Women is the entertainment event of a lifetime.
Whoa.
Don't miss The Mill of the Stone Women.
Turn to stone, la 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 la. Hey everyone,
Hey.
fans of fantastic films, blah 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 blah. It's the Drive-In Asylum late movie.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mill of the Stone Women, the 9th or 10th version of Eyes Without a Face that we've shown on the show.
Yeah, we keep repeating ourselves and we don't even realize it. Because, for a while there, we kept doing all those, like, not really a vampire movies.
Yeah.
Like Black Room. And then now, all of a sudden, we're stuck on Eyes Without a Face ripoffs.
I think we know what we like. How about that? We know what we like and we want to keep delivering it to you ad nauseum.
I'm no schoolboy, but I know what I like. You should have heard him just around midnight.
Here we go. This movie is Italian, but it's in Holland. And the drink I made this week is Costa Rican. So I think we really have united cultures. That's what we try to do with the show every week. We're really trying to bring the world, feed the world. Do they know it's House of the Stone Women?
We're changing the world with this internet.
I'm like the Bono to your Bob Geldof.
Hey, you know what?
Huh.
I want to tell everybody I'm so proud of this. I finally added the show to IMDb.
I know. I'm amazed.
Did you go and look at it?
Oh, I sure did. Yeah.
Oh my God. I couldn't believe it. Like first of all, I had to break it up into seasons. I kept thinking about it. I'm like, well, it should be broken up into seasons because it hasn't been like, nobody wants to see one block of stuff on there. So I split it up and I was like, we're in our 5th season because I did it from January to December. I didn't know any other way. Yeah. And I'm new at this, okay? But I just couldn't believe how many. So we're in our 5th season. This is our 166th episode. And what really blew me away was the number of guests that have been on this show because, I credited everybody. And if I forgot anyone, I'm going to fine tune it a little bit over the next couple of weeks. But I was so excited when I saw that. I'm like, wow, it's a real thing, sort of.
I know. I love it. I was going through it a couple times this week, and I really enjoyed reading through it. So thank you for doing all that work.
Oh, sure. I mean, what else do I have to do?
A lot. So, and there's Sean shared the link, so thank you, Sean. Tonight's Wicker comes from Sean, actually. He gave it to us at the drive-in all the way back in September he gave it. And that's how time works. And there it is. And you'll notice from the recipe, I can't pronounce it. I like that he gave me something. Becca taught me. How do you say it, baby? Kasik. Guess how I said it. Kakak. Kakakoo.
Yeah. Like a tropical bird.
Yeah. So That's in the recipe tonight. You can use vodka if you don't have that. So, but it's really good, and I super dug it. I am super excited for this movie tonight, and it's if you would like to see the best possible quality version of it, Era Video has a really great release that they did of it, and it's got a lot. Tim Lucas did a great commentary. There's multiple versions of it. It's beautiful. That's the one to check out. But the one on YouTube is pretty good too. This is the first Italian horror movie in color, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, for many, many years, I just assumed that this was black and white.
So did I. I always assumed it was black and white. But no, it is in color. So therefore, I always say whenever I watch trailers, I always say in color at the end of it. And this time I can really say it. It actually makes sense. So
it does.
Well, as much as anything I say makes sense, right? The director of this movie is Giorgio Ferroni. His career actually ended very early in 1972. He went deaf, and he did a few other things, but mostly couldn't work again after that. But if you'd like to see another of his movies, I really dig. The Night of the Devils is another one he did, which is really good. It's the same story as V and Black Sabbath, the family of the Valderak story, but his version, his version is much gorier and much crazier. It's really cool. He also
like that one. I've seen Night of the Devils.
It's really great, isn't it?
Yeah, I dug it. It reminded me a little bit of Marta. Not the story, but like
the feel.
The feel and the pacing, which was glacial. And I was really into it. I love
somebody I recommended Marta on the podcast, and somebody that did all these Jawa movies for Jawa January reviewed it, and they're like, "This movie is so slow and nothing happens." And I was like, "You're speaking my language." He also directed Secret Agent Super Dragon, which is a mystery science theater movie, and Hercules versus Moloch. He did a ton of sand and sword and sandal movies. But I like that this movie is set on an island in Holland. And what a weird idea that like the main reason people come to this island is there's a sculpture of killing women that go around a windmill. Like, like what okay. And also
the history.
Also, it was created by a combination sculptor and art professor, Gregorius Wall. And he's the doctor of Eyes Without a Face in this. His daughter Elfie is always sick. And there's Hans is the gorgeous man that they said. I was waiting for him to bring up Carlo Ponti in that trailer. It was getting so hyperbolic. It's like, but that he came out here and he's traveled here to learn what the statues mean. And but it turns out there's also a doctor keeping Alfie alive. Really, you should just learn this as it happens. There's like literally a fever dream in this bill that happens really early, and it goes on for quite some time. But yeah, my mathematical word problem for this is House of Wax plus Eyes Without a Face equals Mill of the Stone Women. That seems to be a good way of describing what we're about to see.
I think that's a beautiful formula. Personally.
It looks like there's Hans von Arnim has a fan in Pamela. Several hearts to Hans von Arnim, the young writer who has come here already with a girlfriend. But once the main story of this movie is that everybody loves the Elfie. Like they're just like, she doesn't talk really. She doesn't communicate. She's like Nico from the Velvet Underground. She's like kind of vacant and blonde, and everybody projects their feelings onto her. So yeah, of course they all fall in love with her.
One of my coworkers has a rabbit named Elfie.
Oh, really?
I just can't keep. Every time I hear her name, I'm like, oh, it's Courtney's bunny.
Yeah. Daryl said, "What's up with the multiple versions?" I think there's a TV cut on the disc, and there's like an Italian language one that has a little bit more. And this is a pretty chaste film for it's early in the Italian exploitation cycle. So this isn't like one of those films where like, well, there was like 13 minutes cut out. There's not a lot of cut out of this one. But
Well, there was a time when they couldn't get away with that shit, you
yeah.
know?
Oh, exactly. Mill of the Stone Women has, though, I
And
love
it all went crazy.
the look of the actual stone women themselves as they go around the thing, and it's like, are you? It's no spoiler to tell you that they're probably going to be real women, right? Like, I think everybody's figured that out by now, right?
If you don't understand that, this is your very first horror movie.
Yeah,
We're
exactly. Like,
glad you're
and if
watching
you
it with
are,
us.
like, welcome to the show. So I'm
I
looking up
want
to
to.
see
I
if
want an explanation as to how all these fucking people keep getting away with putting bodies in wax. Vincent Price with his fake wax face. He's fucking putting living people full of wax. So how can you do that? I mean,
I just
the body would still rot. It would bloat. There'd be like all sorts of problems with that.
I just watched that Michael Go movie, the what the Horrors of the Black Museum. Is that what it's called?
Yes.
Yeah, and I like that he even has like a special thing to like at one point when they kill his doctor, he's like, "Don't worry," and they just dump him in that thing and pull him out, and he's a skeleton. Oh man, that movie's great, Bill, because it sets you up to it gives you like 10 minutes of like optical illusions in the form of hypnosis. Have you seen the hypnosis?
Hypnovista.
Yeah. Oh my god, it's on the new Blu-ray. And it's amazing when it goes through it. It's like this line is the same size as this line, and it's like, yeah, okay, like you will now scream louder than you've ever screamed before, and I'm like, okay, I did.
Scream Bloody Murder. Like
I
Terror in the Haunted House. You've seen that one, haven't you?
Oh yeah, yeah.
And those subliminal images flash up on the screen. You're supposed to pretend you didn't really see them, I guess. And one of them says "Scream Bloody Murder." I guess audiences were very suggestible at one point.
I really like whenever there's a warning in a horror movie, a bell or a flash to tell me that something scary is
Yeah.
about to happen. Also, I also like when there's a coward's corner that I can go to, um, just whenever I'm really frightened.
I prefer to pass through a warning station on my way into the theater,
Oh,
warning me that this could be the most shocking movie to make my death nerve twitch.
I would also like if you're gonna tell me if you're gonna get there late, you're not gonna be admitted, and you're not allowed to tell me what the movie's about. Like we have like I want that, and I also want some kind of insurance against fright if possible.
You know, one movie that we keep saying we're going to do on the show and we still haven't done yet is Corpse Eaters.
Yeah,
And there's that gimmick in Corpse Eaters, or before they show something gross, there's a man sitting in a theater. It looks like one of the extras in Messiah of Evil, like those,
yeah.
NASA unemployed NASA people who were the zombies. And he looks like one of those, and he like throws up into a handkerchief, sort of. He
Oh
gags.
man,
Poor him. He has a weak constitution.
I did see someone throw up at the drive-in the one time during Zombies. So I mean, it does happen. Like during the eye scene, someone opened their door up and just an upchuck. So it can and does
Mhm.
happen. I don't think it happens enough to give out barf bags. But
Nothing in a movie that I ever saw ever made me want to throw up. How about you?
not that I can think of. I'm sure someone in the chat will say something like, "Well, when Justin met Kelly, I threw up several times during the movie."
I think, well, I guess that's not true because I think the dog turd scene in Pink Flamingos made me want to throw up because that's real. Like a
Yeah,
movie like Sallow, like that they're not really doing what they're supposed to be doing on camera, but that the thing in Pink Flamingos was for real. That made me gag a little bit.
yeah,
But
because it's all in one take. Yeah,
yeah, oh yeah, it's definitely real.
yeah. But it's funny that these movies keep it's we've shown several House of Wax style movies too, where it's just like it has made me think
Yeah.
that all wax museums are real human beings. So anytime I go to a wax museum, I'm constantly on edge.
Beth Waldron, you know the secret of the Solo poop. It was chocolate and marmalade.
We went to one in Dallas. There was a Ripley's Believe It or Not wax museum, and you could actually get your hand done in wax, and they would like
Ooh.
drip it on your hand. So we got like you put it in like the shape of like my brother had one for a long time. He put his hand like this, like what it'd be like to hold his phone, and then he used his hand for a cell phone holder, like when he was charging it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well, you could be like, what about those adult marital devices that people make of their private parts?
You know what? They sell kits for it. I've seen, and I would never do it because it just seems like the potential for pain is so high.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess plaster caster is one thing. That's all it is, I guess. They do it in plaster.
Yeah.
Ask Gene Simmons and Paul Stanley, I guess.
They did thousands of people, the plaster casters.
Mm-hmm.
They did almost everybody. So, Centipede horror, David brings up, that got close. The scene where the woman is spitting out like 20 or 30 millipedes out of her mouth at once. That is really close. I do have to give him that because I was like, ooh. Millipedes themselves are gross, but when you also know that it was being an Asian movie, a Chinese movie, it was like this was a real thing happening. Do you know what I mean? This wasn't like, oh, it's just some gum or candy. No.
Why would you do it any other way?
Yeah, I mean,
real.
Yeah. Do it all the way. By the way, happy birthday, David.
Yeah. Happy birthday to do we know how to say David's last name? Assassino?
I would assume that, but I would be the wrong person to ask how to pronounce anything.
Yeah, we screw everyone's name up, so you should feel honored that we screwed up yours. Happy birthday. And I'm trying to remember.
It's also my brother-in-law's birthday on Tuesday.
Right on.
Who made me my awesome drink stirrer. So happy birthday to Andrew as well. So
beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah. What's up? What else is going on in your world this week, Bill, before we get to the movie? In the world of your movie life.
I don't know. I wasn't expecting that. Let's see. I promise I am still working on Drive-In Asylum number 26. I didn't get to work on it as much over the holidays as I wanted to because I actually spent a lot of time revamping the show, making new overlays and bumpers and stuff. So I don't know. I'll get there.
This one's beautiful, by the way. I love this one.
Oh, the overlay?
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's great.
I noticed that we kept reusing the same graphics for the late movie because we don't do these as often as the double features. So like the late movie stuff was over and over again. It was the same stuff. So I had to change it up a little bit.
I have to remind myself every time now, not late night movie. It's late
night movie.
It's
I don't care. Nobody even knows what the name of this show is. Nobody that's on it, they always say, "Oh, I was on Groovy Doom this week."
People don't even know our names, and they've been on the show.
I know.
What are the guys' names on the show? And I'm like,
yeah,
that's happened twice.
Whatever.
Twice now.
The Drive-In Asylum double feature.
Yeah, Becca just said it's not like we have hard names. It's Bill and it's Sam. It's Billy and Steve. Billy Van Ryn and Steve Panico. Those are the names.
It's happened more than once, so it's not everyone else, it's us.
Yeah. They're too but yeah, Becca said they're too busy looking at our faces. Wow. Hello.
Ain't the truth.
Yeah, look at that. David shares a birthday with Morgan Fairchild, Keith Gordon, Victor Buono, and Robert Earl Jones from Sleepaway Camp. That's pretty awesome. Thanks, Mike. Wow, that's an honorable birthday. That's pretty great. That's like something Sybil Danning would tweet out. I don't know if Mike Justice and I are obsessed with Sybil Danning's Twitter. If you're not following her on Twitter, holy shit, do it now. Man, it's pretty good.
What's the last thing she posted about
I'll look it up right now because it's every time it's inevitably it's whatever tragedy has
Well,
happened in the
Carl
world.
Weathers just died, so
Oh
maybe
yeah,
she
there
posted
has to
about
be.
that.
Yeah, there has to be. Let me look.
I just found out today that he died. I've been kind of behind on
Uh,
posts. I didn't know he died until today.
Dylan, you son of a bitch. Let me see. Sybil Danning. Let's see. She says, "Oh, it's all just retweets today." Here we go.
Boo.
Yeah, I know. There's just a whole bunch of retweets.
Get with it, Sybil. Tell us how
Yeah,
you really feel. Okay?
yeah. I have to find her real one. I'm sure Mike will have it and share it because I get ones from him all the time, and they're amazing. It's always like, like 30 people died in an airplane crash. I was in an airplane 77. Here's a picture of me with Eddie Albert, and you're like, okay, she's really good getting into making it happen. Also, Donna Mills is not in the movie tonight, despite all the talk this week of Donna Mills and Mill of the Sowerman. Donna Mills is not in this, unfortunately.
Did you send me that eye makeup video she did?
Yes, the eyes have it.
Wow, that was engrossing.
Isn't it
I
amazing?
I just randomly, I was like, okay, I'm gonna look and see what this Donna Mills thing is about. And I was just like, I was mad when it ended. It ended too
Yeah,
soon.
the found footage guys used to play that in their show all the time, and the
Yeah.
songs in it are that's not the eyes have it, the eyes have it. And it's just all pictures of
I
her eyes.
think
It's
I don't
really
even wear
amazing,
makeup, but it made me want to. It made me want to go do my eyes.
isn't it? Like I was like, man, I know that it's hard to be a woman, but it's really eye makeup is super chill. It's like super cool.
Well, she made
So
it look fun. I'm sure it's not that fun. She made it look
Becca
so
just said,
easy.
just Becca confirmed from a woman in back, it's not fun at all.
I wouldn't do it.
There's a question going on in the chat from John. Are you a doomer or are you a groover, Bill?
It depends on what day you ask me.
Oh, I'm a doomer. Uh, I I am a groover at night, though. I've been dancing because now I'm trying to do my
No, you're
well,
not.
I do 10,000 steps a day, and when the weather's bad, I do aerobics, so it's a lot of aerobic dance. So imagine my fat ass just like
Listen,
running.
I don't know how good you are, darling, and I don't know what it is you're good at, but if it's
Yeah.
at the cheetah, it's not dancing. I know that much.
I did a dance to the songs of 1983 the other day. It was literally a whole workout
Ooh.
campaign set to that, Bill.
I have this awesome album that collects stuff from 1983. It's one of those K-Tel albums
Oh
called
yeah.
Number One on the Street.
Oh man.
And
I'm gonna
it's one
look
of
this
the
up.
only ones like that were all like 12-inch mixes and like the
Oh my
long
god.
versions of all the songs.
That's
Um,
amazing.
I want to see you dance. Where can I come see you dance?
Uh Becca gets to see it all the time. I'll tell you what's on number one on the streets. I'm looking right now. If this is the same one, does
I
it
can
have
tell you everything that's on number one on the
okay,
streets.
what's on White Wedding is on it?
Yes, that's the first track.
Oh man, this is segment 3, but we're already late. The
Who
Politics of
cares?
Dancing by Reflex.
Amazing. I
Yeah,
love Reflex, one of the most underrated
yeah,
bands in the world.
yeah. Also, probably your favorite song on this record is number 3, Lies by
Oh,
Thompson
the
Twins.
Thompson Twins?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I dig the Thompson Twins. There's a lot of stuff on that album though that just really pushes all my buttons at once.
We were watching old commercials tonight because that's what we do. From 1984 from an episode of Miami Vice, and they're like, "Stay tuned for after Johnny Carson. It's Friday night videos." And tonight, it was like I can't remember who the cast of Hill Street Blues will be hosting, and a new Thompson Twins video. And I was like, "Well,
Oh my god.
I know what a young Bill Van Ryn was watching."
The Romantics are on number one on the street. Talking in Your Sleep.
Talking in your sleep. You got
They're touring with Tom Bailey from Thompson Twins this
oh,
summer. So I am going to see the Romantics
there's
for
only
sure.
one
At
song I
least
don't
one.
know on this whole record, Bill.
What is it?
Too Tough by Angela Bofill.
Oh, well, you didn't listen to Whammo enough.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
don't know Too Tough by Angela Bofill.
Yeah, I was too far away, we didn't get it in Elwood City.
Oh, you didn't?
No, we didn't, because FM doesn't travel that far, so we didn't get it. We got DV, but we didn't get. So if you want to know about Fabulous Thunderbird songs and Leonard Skinner, I can tell you all about that from my DV
Mhm.
listening to.
Whammo was amazing.
Oh
Whammo played like, well, they played the hell out of Prince,
yeah,
but it was all like, the stuff that was too black for other stations. Like
yeah.
so it was all the good shit, like the real like R&B, funk, disco. And
Oh,
then they would play other stuff too. There was a time when Whammo's format was a little bit more wide, but then like
we started
they moved
listening.
that to YDD. Remember YDD?
Yeah, when we moved to Pittsburgh, and Noah and I moved in '90, and he moved like in '93. We listened to Whammo nonstop because the Quiet Storm is the greatest thing ever. All night they play like the love songs all night, and it has that like thunder noise and like "Welcome to the Quiet Storm." We're like, holy shit, this is awesome. My '90s hip hop and R&B bona fides are a little better than my '80s because I had the music box channel, and Whammo, so know a lot of Keith Murray and stuff like that. Let's say, what else is on? Sexy and 17's on it. Let the Music Play by Shannon. That's a great song.
Oh, that is badass.
Yeah. Safety
Sexy and
Dance, of course.
17. I love the Stray Cats. What they were doing on that album, I don't know, but I love
Yeah.
the Stray Cats too.
I think it was this just like the best of '83, kind of this number one in the streets.
I don't know. It was just a bunch of shit they could throw together on a compilation and not
Oh,
get sued.
I've put together, speaking of movies, I put together something I never realized this week that uh, FBI, I always wondered what happened post, you know, their leader Montoro leaving, and they got bought by another company, and that's why they had a lot of the movies that aired on Mystery Science Theaters, Film Ventures owned, and they had this crazy theory of how they could own these movies. If the rights were in question, they would make new credits for the beginning and the end and sandwich the movie in between and call it a clip and say that they owned that. So that's how they got all the Gamera movies and Eight,
Wow.
Eight Toward Two, which they called Cave Dwellers, um, Marooned. There's like 7 different movies that they did, 8 movies total that they did that with, and like it's astounding because a lot of times they took other movies they didn't own the rights for and put the credits over top of those, and basically there weren't like image generators for credits like today, so they're the worst looking 8-bit credits. They're just like oh my god, and there's like a black bar that they would just put over the footage and just put this like a C type, and it just said Cave Dwellers. It's amazing. So that's what
You
they
like
were
my
doing.
Lon Chaney?
I love your Lon Chaney. I wore a shirt that you got me tonight. Is it too
I
soon
see that.
to talk about 72?
It's
I
not too soon.
I can't wait to wear this and have somebody say to me, "What does that mean?" And I'll say, "No one knows."
Nobody really knows.
No.
This is a painting I did in high school.
Oh, really?
I made a t-shirt out of it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
It's an actual oil painting hanging here in the house. You've probably
Oh,
seen it a million times.
yeah. I didn't realize you did it. That's amazing.
So Mill of the Stone Women.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit more about that, shall we?
I mean, is that why we're here this week?
Is it too soon to talk about the Mill of the Stone Women?
I mean, it's always going to be too soon to talk about the Mill of the Stone Women, but let's talk about it. I love the artwork for this, by the way. Like, this movie has some incredible artwork.
Oh yeah, I was really into it.
Also, shout out I only have the Facebook numbers, but 25 people are watching on Facebook, which is awesome. This is a late movie.
Oh yeah, we have 41 total viewers.
Oh my god.
So
that was like 3 weeks or 4 weeks together of the old show when we first started. Now that we're in season 5, it's old hat, but
we still had better numbers like a year ago.
Yeah.
It bums me out sometimes. I look back at it. Well, it was like, we started doing this during COVID and people didn't have a whole lot of shit to do. So, now people are busy. So I get it.
Yeah. No, but hey, 41 people on a Saturday night at 11:37 is pretty rad. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think so too. I don't know. For a
Yeah.
long time, we didn't want to do. I didn't want to do these late movie things because I was like, nobody watches those. But now, like, it seems like we get a good crowd.
Yeah.
Thanks for and thanks to everybody who pressed like on the video and shared the video because that really helps people find the broadcast.
But yeah, there's some great art, and I love especially in the trailer, the hyperbole for this movie. They were not afraid to fucking sell it to you. They're like,
I know.
This is the most important. Literally, he says this is going to be an experience of a lifetime. It's probably better than sex.
That's It makes Frankenstein, Dracula, and the Wolfman look like a bunch of sissies.
Yeah.
Did we have to get insulting?
Yeah. Alfred Hitchcock says, frankly, I'm worried about that boy.
Yeah.
That's my favorite all-time bullshit, by the way. I was thinking about the other day. It's such good bullshit.
We started on the shark, Daryl. We jumped the shark right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So
first
we got
episode.
it out of the way. Yeah.
Yeah, first episode. Ted McGinley joined us in the first episode. That's how much we jumped the shark.
So yeah, shocking revelation. Blah blah blah.
Wow, the humanoids. Oh, see a beautiful girl change into a petrified monster. But that artwork is beautiful, by the way. Like the cartooniness of the right side is just amazing.
Yeah,
there's so much going on in this ad. How can you not want to see these movies?
I'm sold.
Oh, everything about them is wonderful. They're two new horror shows, not the old ones.
Mm-hmm. This isn't like that Dracula and Frankenstein stuff people keep talking about.
No, this isn't like that Phantom of the Opera boring shit. This is a petrified monster.
And never has the screen brought you a more shocking revelation. Never.
My gosh.
Yeah. How awesome is this? This is the title in the UK, Drops of Blood.
I love it. What are those strange drops of blood on the bill of the stone women?
Who knew that there were
adults
really
only,
bodies?
Please. No children at 4 PM on a Sunday, I mean. Wow.
Confess Dr. Corda is like a film noir type crime thriller.
These could kind of fit. I mean, these are, I guess, close. This is an Italian Gothic, but it's got some elements of stuff that would work.
Yeah. They didn't have to be the same type of movie on multiple features back then.
It's a new depth in Psycho Shock, Bill.
Mm-hmm.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Like, to me, a depth it's a new low.
Well, I would be more concerned that if they really are serious, then people would be psychologically traumatized by these films. Why would you pay money to go see it? It's
also,
foolish.
I'm not being offensive. Hey kids, free midget auto rides.
I think it was.
Or there's is that go-karts? Or do kids get to ride small people dressed as cars?
I think it was like the Kennywood ride, Turnpike.
Okay. I hope they stop those for the movies. Because it seems dangerous. And it seems like the kids
you could miss a crucial plot point in Mill of the Stone Women if you're out riding around the mini cars.
Like I wasn't paying attention because my fucking kid was on the mini car and a woman changed into a petrified monster before everyone's eyes. It was unbelievable, except for me. I didn't see it. Thanks,
ruined everything.
Yeah. This is my favorite poster for this, by the way, Bill, with the type splitting the face.
Mm-hmm.
And like that hand done font in the middle of it is just gorgeous.
It's very William Castle.
Yeah. That's what I love about this. It really tells you that this is going to be a big deal.
But I mean, this was not an American film. This was an Italian film being marketed in the States. Can you talk a little bit about the different versions of the film?
I can look some stuff up if you'd like.
Oh, okay. I just didn't know if you knew what was in the 4 different versions.
I can look it up. I think I wrote something about it before. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, by the way, I posted the link on the Groovy Doom Facebook page. I found
Oh
it
yeah,
on YouTube, and it's the fixed up version, so that's the one I linked to. You can do
there
your own
are
thing.
4 different versions of the film. There's the 96-minute Italian and English export versions. There's a 90-minute French version and a 95-minute US version.
The US
So those,
version has different stuff in it, I think. Like not much.
yeah, the UK, if you do get the Arrow Blu-ray, you get the German title.
Oh, what happened to Sam? Sam's Sam's camera just vanished. He turned to stone, ladies and gentlemen, right on the air. These were the last words that we'll ever hear from him, but you can go visit him in the Mill of the Stone Sam. There's some women in there too, but it's Sam that you really want to go see.
Coming back.
Are you coming back for real?
I'm coming. You coming back, Red Rider?
Come back to the Five and Dime, Sam
Jimmy Dean.
Panico. Sam Panico.
I'm here. You hear me now?
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, for the technical snafu. Not the last one we'll have, I'm sure.
They heard it, but they didn't see it because we're still looking at this beautiful ad.
Yeah.
Mill of the Stone Women. I think I had. Oh no, I guess this is different. The headless thing is kind of well, that is a plot point in the film.
Yeah. It does happen.
I think that's the part where you're supposed to be stunned that these are real corpses.
Yeah.
Which is another British
word. There's some people on IMDb that like put in these things like we don't like character error. A mummified corpse would never spontaneously pop its top, not to mention separate its head and a body on a clean line like happens in this movie. Yeah, I know it's an Italian horror movie. Of course the head isn't just going to fall off.
Yeah, why don't these people just get real?
Yeah.
Seriously, God.
Yeah. Yeah.
You want realism? This is not on Golden Pond, okay?
Yeah. What if you came to a movie called Mill of the Stone Women? It's happening before where I'm like, that title sounds really cool. And it's like, oh no, it's like Agnes of God. It's like an actual, like I'm learning about humanity. That's not what I want.
Check this out.
Oh, wow.
First of all, this lineup, because I don't know if you've ever seen Guess What Happened to Count Dracula?
No.
Oh, it's pretty amazing. It's sort of like a vampire Dracula comedy, but it started out as a gay porn version of Dracula.
Whoa.
And then they edited out the gay porn and filmed other stuff to go in this movie.
They prayed the gay away and then they made the actual movie.
And then poof, you had a PG rated Count Dracula spoof. And Night of the Living Dead and Mill of the Stone Women. You know what this is, Sam?
Huh.
This image, yeah, it is. But this image was the cover of Drive-In Asylum #1.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, I cut the shit out of it, but go ahead.
3 things in this ad. And that's all. I'm going to go down and grab my issue and confirm. I believe you, but I'm going to confirm. The nightmare starts at dusk. Number 1. 2, what makes this an adult horror show? Have there been other horror shows in Spartansburg where people are like, this is a fucking kid horror show and I was promised an adult one?
Yeah.
And, and
I took my kid to this and they did dirty stuff on camera.
And 3, who is giving out the death awards? This was the 1970s, not just 1970. Is that 1970s or all of the 70s death awards?
I mean, death was important in the 70s all of a sudden.
It was, yeah. Because people thought the world was going to end in 29 years.
It's all about death. Crash. Suddenly there's a skeleton.
Also, see it with someone you trust. I didn't see that the first time. It's right under the circle logo. Like, hey, if you don't trust this guy you're going with it to see it with, maybe pick the right boyfriend.
That was one of the taglines for Guess What Happened to Count Dracula.
Oh, really? So they just dumped that in there. Like,
yeah. Somehow that translated, even though this entire thing is just custom generated.
Who else won? I know, maybe I'm assuming. Who else was given death awards?
I don't know anything about the death awards.
Yeah.
But, I hope I win an award. My death wins an award.
Yeah. Whoa. Now this is a night at the movies.
Yeah, this is just stunning. And even though they got the title of the movie wrong, that's okay. We're not mad.
That's like a Fleetwood Mac version of this. Gold Dust Woman, Millstone Woman.
Lightning strikes maybe once, maybe twice.
Sex Farm Woman. There's some Spinal Tap. The Unearthly, Invisible Horror, Millstone Woman, and The Beast of Paradise Island, which I have not seen that. What one is that?
I don't think that's a horror movie, actually.
They got you at the end. Is that the Get the Hell Out movie at the end? They're like, we promise you a full evening of ghoulish delights, but it's 2:30. You should go home.
Yeah, actually, Beast of Paradise Island is a movie from 1953 called Port Sinister.
Ooh.
And a 17th century Caribbean port, rumored to have been frequented by pirates, rises from the ocean floor, where it came to rest after an earthquake many years before. A scientist wants to study it. Some thugs want the treasure alleged to be stored there. A bunch of mutated giant crabs living there attack them all.
I mean, holy cow. I want to see that movie really bad. Let's show that in the future, because that sounds like, if I bet that not all those things happen, but it sounds like the giant claws versus the fog.
Speaking of giant crabs, that might be a hint about one of the movies we're going to be doing next week. What could it be?
I'm excited. Jen Upton is on the show with us next week.
She is. Beaming in all the way from London.
Yes. So get your I saw someone make a joke about the bad food in England. Get ready, because Jen will tell you the truth next week.
I think she'll agree with you.
Yeah.
Here's a promo still from tonight's film.
Oh.
This is the riveting climax of the film.
Yeah.
I think so.
Someone just brought up the Transylvanian necklace of Dracula soil. And as you know, Bill, as a child, for some reason, I thought that if I owned it, Dracula could find me. And I was so afraid. Even looking at the ad was terrifying in the Warren magazines.
It was expensive. It was a lot of money, and I just could not justify buying something that expensive to my parents. So I just really wanted one more than anything else in the world. And God, I got this book called Mail Order Mysteries.
Oh, I have it too. It's great. Yeah.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It showed what that really was. And I'm so glad I never got it.
We should make new ones and sell them on the Etsy store.
I'm sure someone has done that already.
I had do you remember the sarcophagus with the rising mummy that they always had in the ads?
Oh, yeah.
I got it. The mummy is literally like 1.5 inches long. I mean, the whole mummy. I'm not talking about his anatomy, but it's like a little plastic mummy. You open it, and a magnet makes him stand up. It's so cheesy.
Shower. He's not a shower. He's a grower. Okay.
Yeah. Frank asked, did I have any cocktails at the open bar at the wedding last week? I did not. I was the designated driver, so I did not drink anything but a glass of champagne for the toast. And
here's one just for you.
Oh, my God. Speaking of Playgirls, Bill, did you see what Vinegar Syndrome put out this week?
No. What?
Oh, they put out Playgirls and the Vampire.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. And Phase 4, too. Which is,
I saw that they put that out. Yeah.
Yeah. And Herencia Diabolica, a Mexican clown puppet movie. Pretty exciting. And the Spanish Giallo set. So it was really like, they're like, hey, Sam, you maybe have some extra money. and
Yeah.
here's our sale. That's what they
Exactly.
did. Yeah.
Like I see this stuff happening. I'm like, why do I have to want that? Why?
Yeah. This
But I
is
do.
this is literally a night at the movies for me here with the Jane Mansfield movie, Middle of the Stone Women and Trauma. I mean, come
Okay,
on.
yeah, that's a little bit better. You were not excited enough to see a Jane
No, I am.
Mansfield
I
film.
just got excited thinking about Playgirls and the Vampire, but I mean,
I
this is.
understand.
I also like that the Holidays logo is. It looks like it's a little faded on the bottom. That may just be the printing, but I kind of dig that.
I think it's fancy. I
Yeah,
really think it's fancy.
yeah.
I know I used to always avoid these kinds of print only ads, but I'm starting to get really into them.
I really like this one. Well, especially when the movies are as good as this. I mean, this is what it's all about.
They put the taglines underneath, you know, that
Yeah.
they did it. This was like from a Monday. They would run shit like this.
They also remind you that Middle of the Stone Women is in color. Like,
oh yeah,
yeah,
because Trauma wasn't.
no, so it doesn't get color under it.
Trauma.
It means the shock of your life. Hey, don't say it, scream it, don't sing it, bring it. It's the second great shocker. See a beautiful girl change into a petrified monster in blazing blood color. This ad is beautiful, by the way, Bill. I usually am not a fan of this many typefaces in one thing, but I'm 100% into this one, especially that preview thing on the top, that whole bar on the top. It's great.
If you see something, say something.
Yeah, exactly.
Always remember.
Wow. Somebody's head is why this is the best tagline of all. Why did warm-bodied beauties suddenly turn to stone? It's a super.
Why do you think?
Because, well, I would think that a beautiful girl keeps dying just like her mother did, and we need to get pineal glands. You'll see in the drink video. I was trying to explain the plot of this back.
Your eyes without a face. Under another name. Hey, let's do the drink video.
Let's do it.
Are you ready for the late movie?
I'm ready for the late movie.
What's more scary than anything? Glands.
It's another movie. Tell him, Cubby.
He doesn't like glands.
It's
Scared of
another
them.
movie where a father has to find the pineal glands for his daughter because she keeps dying, her face keeps ruined, her eyesight keeps getting lost.
Do you even know what a pineal gland is?
I don't even know what my mons deferens is. I don't have one, that's why. Anyway, this is the Elfie, named for the tragic character who needs pineal glands or whatever, and blood, centrifuge of blood.
Hopefully someone's a nurse or a doctor on the show tonight and can explain these things.
Is there a doctor in the house that can explain Middle of the Stone Women?
I know, none of these things would ever work in real life.
Here's the other thing that doesn't make any sense. This is a Costa Rican drink.
What doesn't make sense is I'm allowing my husband to use a blender on a live show.
This is an Italian movie set in Holland, and we're serving a drink from Costa Rica. Yeah, Sean Midas gave me this at the drive-in, and it's taken me a long time to use it, but I'm going to be able to say what that... Cacacu. Casaque? Guaro? Anyway, I like this little bag with
I'm pretty sure it's cacique.
Cacique? Okay.
Because I think it's spelled exactly the same.
Chante, cacique. This is Malibu. Malibu is really good. Anyway, what's in this drink? You say the name of this one, but I'll say the rest. We got an ounce of Malibu, an ounce of
Cacique.
Thank you. An ounce of
Avil.
Tequila.
From France.
Have an ounce of Emerito. We got 2 ounces of Cocoa Real, 6 ounces of coconut water, ounce and a half of lime juice. Lime sauce.
Cocoa Real sounds like a band.
Sounds like.
Did you hear the new hit by Cocoa Be Real?
You know those guys, Cocoa Real. Their first album was a lot better. Anyway, this booze. First, we're saving the Amaretto as a topper. We're going to test out topping. We're going to do this in a blender. And this is really important to seal it up this time.
What you should do
Yeah.
next time.
Squirt a little bit on top of
Well,
it.
maybe a plastic spoon. Next time, though.
I think I could just squirt some in. Just like a little topper.
Stop. Okay. 'Cause I don't want to.
All right. 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 Now.
Lid securely fastened. Push it all the way down.
Okay. It's in. Okay. Now, turn down your volume for those playing at home. Do one more. Okay. How do we take this off?
You turn it gently.
Okay.
Hold the bottom.
I have the base.
See the lock? You gotta move it over.
Moving on over.
Thank God I'm here.
Well, how would film it? Rocking on over.
If I wasn't here, you would pick up this whole contraption.
Come
And
on,
I
little
know
dog. The big old dog's moving in. Do-do-do.
you. Coco, be real.
Coco be real. Coco beware. Here we go. We're going to top this with a little bit of amarettes.
This is very pretty.
Thanks. And then, if only we had an umbrella.
I've seen them drink these in Holland.
Oh, we love it. It's in Holland.
It's white as the Holland snow.
It is. It's white as the stone woman. Come to their mill. Come to the mill. Pazuzu, come to the mill. Oh, man, that is lovely. It's kind of like a margarita.
Looks
So,
like one.
what other, well, that's tequila in it. What other cultures will we mine for the mill of the stone woman? Pazuzu.
Are you ready for the late movie?
Pazuzu.
I'm ready for the late movie.
What's more scary than anything?
Did
Glam.
you try it, Bill, or did you make something different? It's
No.
another movie.
I have to admit, I
Tell
did
him,
not.
Cubby. This is
doesn't
a
like
good
glands.
drink. I'm very excited.
Scared
about
of
it.
him.
Movie where a father has to find
I'm
the pineal
teetotaling
glands
tonight.
for his daughter.
Are you? I am
Because
too.
she
A little
keeps
bit.
dying, her face keeps ruining.
See, we're
her
just big
eyesight keeps getting
phonies
lost.
after
Do
all.
you even know what a pineal
Yeah,
gland
I was-
is?
I don't even know what
That's why we
the
fucking hell this
Mon's
week.
deference
Oh,
is.
really?
Yeah.
There were so many
That's
mixed
why- that's
messages in
why.
that drink video,
Anyway,
Sam. First
this
of
is
all,
the,
you're
Elfie,
talking about
named
your
for the
mons, and then all of a
tragic
sudden you're
character
squirting
Yeah.
that
needs
coconut
pineal
stuff
glands or
into the
whatever.
drink, and I was like,
And
what
blood.
is going on here? This
Someone
is
Someone
a
asked what that is.
Someone's a
Greenberg
nurse
type
or a
drink
doctor on the
segment.
show
It's-
tonight and can explain these
It's
things.
like
Is there a
coconut
doctor
ice.
in the
It's like
house that
coconut-
can
it's supposed to be
explain
coconut
middle of the
syrup.
stone woman?
And now
It
none of
always
these
comes-
things
it
would
always
ever work
looks
in real life.
way dirty.
Here's the other thing that
That
doesn't
should
make any
be. Yeah.
sense.
And it makes that like
This is a Costa Rican
Always
What
drink.
you
doesn't
tried to
make
squirt
sense
it.
is I'm allowing my husband
This
to
is
use a
a-
blender on
Doesn't everyone?
a live show.
This is an Italian movie
Hey,
set
you
in
know what?
Holland, and we're serving a drink
have
from
some
Costa
exciting
Rica.
news to
Yeah,
share.
Sean Midas gave me
Yeah,
this
I
at the
knew
drive-in,
that
and
you were
it's
gonna be
taken me a
excited
long
about
time to
this.
use it. But this is
Especially
I'm like, I'm
you
gonna be able to
remember
say
our
what
friend
that-
from Facets,
Caca
Stephanie
cube.
Sack.
Casaque?
She's been on the show before.
Guaro.
Well,
Anyway,
she's got
I like
this
this little bag.
thing
I'm
going
pretty
on. I
sure
think it was
it's
tonight.
Cacique.
Cacique.
And
Okay.
Here she
Because I
is.
think it's
And do you know who that is
exactly
with
the
her?
same.
It's Sergio Martino
Cacique,
with
Cacique, Cacique.
That is Sergio.
This is
fucking
called. This is
Martino.
Yeah.
With
Libu.
Stephanie and
Libu is really
wow,
good. Anyway,
what
what's
a
in this
moment!
drink?
Yeah.
Let's
What
say
an
you say the name
absolute
of this one.
jewel
and I'll
of
say
a
the rest.
moment.
An ounce
I
of
would
Malibu, an
be
ounce of
so
Cacique.
freaked out to
Thank
even
you.
be in the same
an
room.
ounce of
Avil
Alcohol, tequila.
from
Uh,
France.
have an
It's
ounce
just
of
a stunning
Emerito.
proposition.
We
So
got 2
jealous
ounces of Cocoa Real,
that we
6
could
ounces
not be there
of coconut water.
to meet Sergio
Ounce and a half wine
Martino.
juice.
and-
People said that the
Wow.
drink
Cocoa
video
Real
audio
sounds
is
like
still
a band.
going, Bill, by the way.
Sounds like
Did you hear the
I
new
don't know
hit
if
by
it is or
Coco
not.
Be Real?
you know.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Hmm,
Hmm.
that's a bummer. Wow. So yeah, I don't know what happened with the audio. I'm not hearing it. I mean, I killed the drink segment. Oh, you know what? I
It
bet
cut
you
out.
have it open in the background. Maybe. Do you have?
No, I don't. No.
Well, I don't have it on. So
Yeah, it's over. It ended. Everything's good now.
I guess I should have killed it completely. I hit it, but I didn't kill it.
Sorry. It's
Anyway,
enjoy the drugs, everybody.
yeah, it wasn't us. It was you. Honest.
Yeah. Yeah, and maybe 5 of you all said it at the same time, but you were all feeling like you were all. Maybe it's just a communal high. I think that's what's happening. I wouldn't be able to talk to Sergio Martino or even go up and get an autograph. It would be too much. I would be really
Yeah.
freaked out. It would.
Yeah,
be
I guess
bad.
the audio was fucked up in that segment, but that was our friend Stephanie Sack from Facets in Chicago hanging out with Sergio Martino, and wow, wish we could have been there.
Yeah.
So anything else we should say about Mill of the Stone Women? We really haven't. I feel like we haven't talked about that movie very much.
I don't want to give away too much. We'll
Yeah.
talk about it for a minute before we start out. I think what I dig about this movie is it's a setting that you wouldn't expect, obviously, because it's in Holland. It's about art professors
Yeah.
and art projects. There are women that disappear. There is a girl who may have died at least 5 times, and they keep bringing back, and her mom had the same thing happen to her. Um, People have said that this movie is slow in parts. They're wrong. It's awesome. It's the right length, and it feels good. Yeah, and Lee asked, how many people have seen Mill of the Stone Women? That's a
More
great question.
Cronenberg talk.
Yeah. How many people have seen it? Vince has seen it many times and has the DVD, so that's good.
The fixed up version is super nice. I never saw it until the fixed up version, so I didn't have that experience. I know they did show this on TV a
Yeah.
couple of times, and I never watched it.
Oh, really? I thought this would have been one that maybe you found, that you enjoyed as a youth, like on WOR or something, so you knew about it.
It should have been, but I
This
don't
feels.
know.
I think
Sometimes
if
the
you saw,
title drove me away from movies, and this one doesn't sound exciting.
I think if you saw this when you were young, you probably wouldn't have liked it.
Probably not.
But then, like it, you know, what I mean, it's a good one to come back to.
Well, this was made shortly after Atom Age Vampire.
Yeah.
And this was sort of like this made more money than Atom Age Vampire. There was another one before it, and I'm not going to be able to remember what the first one.
Il Vampire is another one.
And they were like, early Italian horror films, and this one outgrossed both of those other ones, I think.
Yeah.
Unless I got it backwards. I hope not.
Well, I think the main reason this probably did so well in the US too is they went hard on the trailer and the ad campaigns for it. Like and also being in color probably definitely helped because I think this was a time when people saw if a movie was in black and white, they're like, I'm done with black and white. You know what I mean? Like I'm
Yeah.
into I like color.
Now there's color.
Yeah.
It's not always
the monster at home, the pay TV
in your living room.
in your living room. That's why you come to the movies because you can see stuff in color. So I'm excited for people that haven't seen it for the first time. It definitely takes from other movies, but I really like how it does that. And obviously, I've talked before about how much I dig the Italian Gothic feel. You know what I mean? Like of like people getting chased and like this is interesting though. Has like more of a male hero. There's less women in nightgowns in this than later ones, but a lot of if you notice, I've been reading Roberto Curti's books about Italian Gothic fiction. Most of the male heroes in these movies are very weak and easily knocked out and easily like they're not like masculine men like which it's like almost the exact opposite of the sword and sandal movies that were big, at the same time.
Goliath versus the vampires.
Yeah. So it's kind of interesting that they're more about like a mood and a feel and like it's always like kind of like the past or like old sins coming back to haunt people or like haunted areas. This one is less supernatural than those. Like it's definitely there's a bullshit science explanation. It's still bullshit science, but there's a bullshit science explanation for what's going on in this. But wow, I thought Chris said he hadn't seen it. I was like, wow, I would be freaked out if he didn't. So,
okay, here's a question I have. That version that I linked to on YouTube,
yeah,
it's almost 2 hours long.
Yeah, I know.
And there's a shorter version that's only an hour and a half.
Yeah. I'm wondering what's different between them.
Maybe we should watch the 90-minute one instead of the 2-hour one because we're not going to come back on till after 2 in the morning then.
Yeah, we probably should. So my Google thing just agreed. Yes, it said yes, you should.
I don't know. Let us know in the chat. Do you want to watch the 2-hour version, or should we watch the 90-minute version of Mill of the Stone Women?
How much energy do you have on this
Let
Saturday
the people
night?
decide.
Yeah. Steve has the 90-minute version queued up.
Oh, actually, it may actually only be 90 minutes long. I think there's like some kind of stuff at the end of that 2-hour version.
Oh, is there? Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Someone said to ask
So
Cubby.
just use the one I linked to on YouTube.
Cubby, what versions do we want? Cubby's sleeping. He has no answers for you. He's knocked out, laying on Becca's legs, and he's out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Vivi's sleeping too. It's late.
Yeah.
But we're glad all of you are hanging out with us on the late movie. And we hope you have Mill of the Stone Women queued up and ready to go. Come back afterwards. We'll have lots more to talk about. It'll be late, but we'll be awake. We hope you will be